It is your boyfriend on the beat.
What's up? What it do? And we back with another video. Glad to see y'all again. Glad to see y'all again. Glad to see y'all again. All my new people, what's happening? All my return people, what it do? Alright, so check this out. Today we got another video. Today we're gonna go ahead and just jump right into it. We ain't gonna waste too much time. But like I said, hey, watch it to the end, you know what I mean? Watch the whole video to the end. It's a life lesson in this video, alright? Let's go ahead and jump into it.
A normal day at the mall turns into a full-on riot.
There's a fight in the area, there's a male with a firearm.
It's Christmas Eve 2021 and the busiest shopping day of the year. Officers were dispatched to an extremely dangerous physical commotion at a shopping mall in Beechwood, Ohio.
There's a male with a firearm.
That's confirmed there was a fight in the area, there's a male with a firearm.
Put your hands up.
All of the sudden, one of the suspects involved in the altercation appears outside.
Put your hands up now.
When officers outside order the suspect, later identified as Amari Badur, to sit on the ground so they can detain and search him, he advises them that he has a handgun in his pocket and that he has a valid concealed carry permit.
Come get this gun. I got something. We're not listening to nothing. Shut your mouth. Keep your hands in the air. We have one in custody in the south upper deck. Do you have anything else?
Simultaneously, officers are able to gain control of the other suspects inside, in which another male involved in the commotion was also carrying a firearm.
We have a second one detained, firearm recovered. Copy is 1600.
Dog thirsty for some action. That dog is thirsty for some action. Did y'all hear him in the back seat?
South Main in front of Pink. I got one detained, one firearm recovered. He said that another male had a firearm, jumped in, and ran off. I'll take another unit for a female here. I think we have our second suspect detained out here. 2 firearms recovered.
While you'll soon see the full surveillance footage that shows exactly what happened that started all of this, the context provided after the incident is important to be able to fully understand. After searching Badur, officers escort him to a squad car where they speak with him about his side of the story.
We're gonna walk to that first police car right there. So I do gotta send the car. No. Hey, if you're not doing so already, can you start looking for any kind of video we got of this upper level,
Guess what I don't get about suspects, man? Every time I watch a video with somebody getting caught doing something wrong they're supposed to be doing, they always get afraid of sitting in the police car or getting in handcuffs or don't want to go to jail and all. So why, and then some of the incidents be going on that they could have avoided, you know what I mean? So why would you put yourself in the position to get in a police car? Or be handcuffed? Or be taken to jail, you know? That's crazy to me. That's so crazy to me, man.
your pink Vans?
Why? You want to see it?
Kept pointing at me and my cousin.
What was he saying?
I'll kill you.
And I do have that dude threatening your life.
And I do want you guys to take all the cameras too. So you won't see I never put up a gun or anything like that.
If he pointed a gun at you,
Oh yeah.
is there any reason you didn't pull your gun?
No. Look at the gun. Look at the gun.
I mean, is there any reason? I mean, you wouldn't be in trouble if you pulled your gun on somebody who was pointing a gun at you.
So
You did
I got
not.
a question though. If he pulled his gun out at me, do I have a probable cause to shoot him?
No.
Well, it depends.
Pull the gun out and come back.
You thought your life wasn't threatened?
He cocked the gun back. You feel me? So
Yeah.
I took a step back. I don't want to get shot.
Okay. That's
No, that's why it's kind of because you didn't pull your gun out.
No, I
He's
didn't
pointing a
pull
gun
it
at you. You didn't pull it out.
Look
Okay.
at the camera.
You just too quick or what?
God can strike me down right now.
that's all that happened. You're gonna block later, man. No, it's
Got a knot right here on the side of his face. Did it come from that fight? You got a nice little knot right there. Ooh wee, nice little knot. But once again, man, Christmas levels are high in the malls. You know what I mean? Like Christmas Eve, day before Christmas Eve, all that. I try to avoid any malls, anything like that. Especially with my kids, cause man, I ain't got time for that. You know, I ain't got time for that. I try to just do it online shopping. Or wait till afterwards, you know what I mean? After the holidays, day after the holidays, I go up in there and get what I want to get. But like those days or hot days where people be on straight BS, you know what I mean? Straight bullshit.
Well, not no issues. But you know you ain't supposed to have a gun in there.
Can you take a picture of my face real quick? Can I?
we'll take pictures, dude. We got this. Do you want to press charges on him?
How'd you get that?
No.
How'd you get that? He bit me. He bit you? Okay.
You don't want to press charges on that dude at all.
On the side of your face?
Threatening you for threatening you with a gun, nothing.
Pointing a gun at you. You don't want to press charges on him. How you know this guy?
I don't know him.
You know him.
You just said you knew him from back in the day.
Yeah, but I don't know him like
Some random dude pulls a gun on me and bites me in the face. I'm pressing charges. You ain't gonna do that? That don't make no sense.
I don't press charges. I mean,
That don't make any sense.
I want to take it that far. That's doing too much.
That's insane, dude. That is insane.
I had this firearm here. He had one in the chamber.
Okay.
He's got his license and his CCW license in his wallet.
Well, at the very minimum, he's going for trespass. At the very minimum, he's going for the trespass. For the CCW. If you're on mall property and you have a CCW, then it's trespass.
You got a bottle of water or something? Oh, man.
Random kid that he knows does not know at all walked up to him, pulled a gun on him, and jumped him for no apparent reason. So this guy's got a CCW, he's going for trespass. Said he doesn't know who this dude is, never seen him before in his life. Walks up to him out of the blue for no reason whatsoever, says, "I'm going to kill you," jumps him, bites him in the face, then pulls a gun on him and points a gun at him. Doesn't know who he is, doesn't want to press charges. Never seen him before.
He identified him as the guy who came up to him out of the blue.
Well,
And
Debbie said it's all on camera, so
one of us
I'm going to
needs to
go watch that right now.
Hey, one of these two guys punched me in the face. So
oh, which one?
I don't know. I can't remember.
We'll check it on the camera.
Kind of separating it
Do you have any?
in the middle.
You good?
I'm good still.
All right. Well,
I can't remember. I was in between them. I don't know if it's the guy in red or this guy in black.
Just straight up cocked ya, or
Straight up cocked. Man.
okay, just looking right at you, cocked ya. Or were they fighting? Okay, we'll take a look at the camera and see what happened. I'm gonna go watch the camera. I'll be back. We have trespassing on both at the very minimum,
because of
and there's gonna be some other too going on there.
Are they trespassing because of prior bans or trespassing because of
The firearms.
Right, because the mall doesn't have them. Do they both have permits?
Yes, they both have valid permits.
All right. Were they brandishing at each other?
Supposedly, both are saying the other person brandished.
Brandished.
So I have to go watch that video.
All right.
This officer took a punch to the face from one of them.
Which one?
He doesn't know. We're gonna go watch the video.
All right.
Gun license. And God know what could happen. Why even brandish some? Use these. Go ahead and use these. You know what I mean? Go and get out the way. So y'all keep y'all license. You know what I mean? Now y'all can't even have a license no more. Now y'all pretty much done. So now y'all really got to use these now. You know what I mean? Or risk going to jail carrying a gun that's not even licensed. You know what I mean? Ooh, my bad, y'all. But yeah, like that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. For real. Cause y'all both work. I know. I'm pretty sure they both know about the license how it work in Ohio. So, excuse me. Even now you're on trespass, so now you can't go back to the mall. You lost your gun license. Now y'all both got beef with each other to where now if y'all see each other, y'all really got to just throw hands now. Or just avoid each other, because it sounded like neither one of them had to brandish a gun at all. They didn't have to show their guns or pull out their guns on each other, because what was the reason why y'all was fighting? You know what I mean? And y'all was in a mall. Some malls don't even allow you to have your gun in there. Like where I'm at, some malls, I remember one time I had my gun on me when I walked in the mall, but it was kind of, I had it on my hip and it was showing a little bit. Man, they came and grabbed me quick, told me, hey, you can't have it in the mall, man. You got to take that back to the car. And that's what no problem. Took it back to the car, went back in there, had my gun on, because at the end of the day, it ain't about me being scared or I can't fight. It ain't even nothing close to that. It's just the point of like somebody might have theirs in there with them. You know what I mean? In the mall I was at, it was known for shooting in that mall. You know, so I had to be careful, and I had my kids with me too. So I had to be careful how I was moving. But yeah, but other than that, I'm using these. You know what I mean? Run up on me, you want to? I'm gonna hit you hard too. Hit you real hard.
And all right. So let's get everybody in custody and in back seats and enclosed, secured cars.
He's got
line our cars up a little bit.
He's got a bite on right here.
He's got a what?
A bite.
That guy there in cuffs has a bite on his face?
Bite right here, yeah.
They say from who?
From other guy.
But they don't know each other.
I've never seen each other before in their
Looks like
lives.
the last one.
Yeah.
So we have a third guy that's done right.
I don't think we have I think we have everybody.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
While we've now heard Badur's side of the story, the report for this incident details accounts from both the opposing male, later identified as Isaiah Shaheed, and the female he was with, Brittany Harris. First, Shaheed told his account. He said he was at the mall with Harris when Badur started talking to them and causing conflict. He stated that Badur insinuated that he had a firearm, and Shaheed told him he also has a firearm and that he will use it to defend himself. He stated Badur and another unknown male started attacking him before running away. Harris then told her account. She stated that they were walking through the mall when Badur walked past and started staring at them. She stated that Shaheed and Badur used to attend school together and had a problem with each other. She stated that she continued to stare back at Badur. She said the females that were with Badur and another unknown male started talking to her and getting in her face, threatening to fight her. She said that Badur then got in the face of Shahid, and she attempted to get in the middle of the two to break them up from fighting because she knew they both had firearms on them. She said the females then began to assault her, and she fought back while Shaheed and Badur started to fight. She stated that after the fight was broken up by an officer, all the females and males who were fighting them ran away. Because the two sides of each story aren't lining up, all officers really know at this point is that an altercation between Shaheed and Badur began, which, in turn, also led to Harris getting into an altercation with the two unknown females and another unknown male Badur was with. Even though the full story hasn't been revealed yet, Badur still needs to be taken to the hospital to treat the bite injury that Shaheed was responsible for, as, according to this incident's records, was a very serious wound. It was open, already swollen, actively bleeding, and appeared that it would cause temporary or possibly permanent disfigurement.
That's what I'm saying, like, man, all that, and I bet it was over probably nothing, for real. It sounded like it was over nothing, because anywhere in the world y'all mugging each other before y'all just mugging each other. If it was really on site, it would have been on site, you know what I mean? It would have really been on site, and it sounded like the women got into it before the men got into it, so it really wasn't an issue for real. And then y'all fighting, it was a fair fight, y'all pulling out guns, like, come on, man. Only way I pull out a gun on somebody, if like I said, my life is in threat. If I know that you own that, and you run up on me, and it's a positive, and like I said, if I know you and I know you slanging out, I'm gonna go ahead. You better get back. I'm gonna put this fire on you. I ain't gonna even play with you. That's a warning. And I've done that before, where I've had a person, you know, try that with me. But it was him and another person. I knew for a fact like how they felt. It was very emotional. So I had to let them know, hey, if you run up on me, I'm gonna put this fire on you. And the person you with too in that car, cause I ain't going for it. You know what I mean? I got to make it home to my kids. Not only that, it was a situation where we kind of got into it beforehand, and had my kids with me, and I was dropping them off at the drop-off area, and they pretty much was following me around. Cause when I dropped them off, and then, you know what I mean, I was on my way doing my own little thing, and that thing, you know, boom. They pop up at the store on me, you know what I mean? I'm like, well, shit, hey, what y'all got going on? What kind of shit I got going on? So if somebody, in my mind, somebody following you what I'm thinking, I'm like, it's finna go down there. If you run up on me, I'm gonna give it to you. Just like that. Cause I see that him and the other guy was in the car and they wanted, like he was just in the car, just in the cut, just waiting. He went out there doing, I ain't know what he had. And I damn near didn't even know what he had because he was in the inside of his door talking. So I'm like, hey, run up on me you want to. I'm gonna lay you flat right here. And that was just gonna be it. You know what I mean? But if they outside the car and all that, and I know you ain't really, and you know, we both here, we gonna duke it out. You know what I mean? Let it be. Can't win them all. You can't lose them all. You ain't gonna lose them all. And at the end, like I said, somebody, it is what it is. You out here got beef with people. That's stuff that comes with it. You know what I mean? Y'all stay in the same neighborhood, the same cities. Y'all eventually gonna bump into each other, and then when y'all bump into each other, what it's gonna be like? But just know, play it right, play it smart, because you can end up in jail, making the wrong move too fast, or you can end up, you know what I mean, under the earth. You know what I mean, moving too slow and not moving smart enough.
Get busy up there.
A little bit.
Saying you just could honor you.
No.
Pretty much done.
Pretty much done.
Yeah, I think I saw you this morning.
Yeah. Hello.
This is the male that was bit by the other male.
Bro, why'd you come so aggressive, bro?
Huh?
Why you come so aggressive?
When we get a call about somebody with a gun at a mall.
No, for sure. I'm pretty sure that you guys don't know how everybody is. So
Exactly. When we get reports of somebody at a mall, and really,
you don't know
when you.
And then you asked the question and answered it.
When you're dropping your hands closer to where we think you may have a gun, which you admitted to yourself, thankfully, thank you.
Yeah.
But I mean, even 6-inch drop of your arms like that is
I didn't
dangerous.
even realize I was dropping
Reaction
my
time and action time is
It looked like I was
that's a
dropping
serious
my arm.
issue. Yes, you were.
Oh, okay.
100%. Yeah.
Hell no, bro. I ain't that dumb.
Go ahead and face that door for me. Let me take a picture of your.
I didn't even realize I was dropping my hand.
Yeah, well, as you can see, it's never anything personal. But when it comes to a call like that, and you were, I get it that you may not have thought you were, but you were.
No, for sure. I'm looking at it as from your perspective.
Yeah, and not a lot of people do. So
Like,
I respect that.
Everything's a learning experience, though.
Everything's what?
A little learning experience.
Yeah.
See, all officers ain't that bad, though.
What's that?
Said I see all officers ain't that bad.
Yeah.
I remember one time I had got, I was a little younger, maybe like 9th grade. I had got into a little like a discrepancy with somebody else, and I just remember the officer just kept trying to, like, he just wasn't as cool as you are. You feel me? You look like a cool officer. Like,
Yeah.
he wanted me to get myself in trouble. What's so big of a deal? Why they want me to press charges?
Not that it was a big deal. It's just legitimately odd. You as a grown man
why wouldn't I?
got bit on the face by some dude.
You know why?
You're saying you have no idea who it is.
Oh yeah, I know him, but I don't know, like, you feel me? I know him, but I don't know, like, why he bit me in my fucking face. Like, that was weird. You know, I don't. What this person charges do? Just get him in trouble?
You charged criminally for what he did to you. Yeah. I mean, that what I'm seeing is a legitimate like bite mark, right? Like
Yeah.
forming around that.
No, yeah, it's not deep. You don't need stitches or anything.
But it's like a little tiny
Yeah, it's like-
1-year-old bit you, man. Like I don't get it.
It's so weird.
That's what I was saying.
You sure it was his mouth?
His mouth, bro. I don't know what else could have did it. No, but I definitely felt him latching onto my face. And I'm like, what the f is this?
Fight is a fight. You go by your rules and I go by mine. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest with you. When I fight, I don't be doing all just trying to do it. Sometimes you can't do that with people. You know what I mean? So in my mind, I'm thinking that you're gonna fight unofficial. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do something to try to break you down. You know what I mean? I ain't going for all face. I'm going for your ribs, your leg, stomach, neck. I'm going for all that. You know what I mean? To get you down. That's called self-defense. Your main goal is to get that person down and finished. You know what I mean? That's the whole goal. And sometimes you just boxing out, duking out with somebody, it just don't work. You know what I mean? It just don't work. I was raised when you in competition like that, you show them one time and you go all the way with it. You go all the way with it. That's pretty much it. So the next time they come, so when they get out from up under you, they think about it. That ass whooping they got, you know what I mean? That's what they think about. And either they come back on some other stuff, so when they come back, you already know what they own, or they let you be, let you go. Don't bother you no more. Plain and simple.
That's about it. All right. Take care, man. Good luck with everything. Take care of that face. All right, buddy. Take care.
Now, with all the stories not lining up, the surveillance footage details exactly what happened during the commotion. Surprisingly, it also doesn't line up with the previously mentioned accounts from Bahadur, Shahid, or Harris. We first see a group of 5 people total. One of them is a mall security guard. 3 of the others are Harris and the 2 females who were with Bahadur, and the last one is Shahid. According to all the previous statements, Bahadur should be present in the altercation from the beginning. A few seconds later, Bahadur and the unknown male who was reported to be with him join the commotion and set Shahid as their main target. The males and females now get separated into 2 groups. A random passerby seems to be able to separate the unknown male, while the struggle continues between both the females and Bahadur and Shahid. While the 2 groups continue their altercation, an officer arrives at the scene and immediately attempts to separate the group of females, while the mall security guard joins him. When the officer sees the struggle between Bahadur and Shahid get increasingly more aggressive, he runs over to stop them while the security guard handles the females. At this moment, records indicate the officer was struck in the back of the head by Bahadur. The officer, with the help of the unknown male who was accompanying Bahadur, finally separates the 2 males. The females were also able to be separated and de-escalated at this point. Bahadur then flees the scene while the officer has to stay there to keep everything under control. After Bahadur flees, he appears outside, in which we earlier saw the officers apprehend him at that point. Since the surveillance footage doesn't line up with anyone's accounts of the incident, it is still unknown what truly started the altercation. However, the 2 males involved, Shahid and Bahadur, were both later given felony charges. Shahid was charged with felonious assault due to him biting Bahadur's face, and criminal trespass for bringing a firearm into the Beechwood Place Mall. He was also banned from the mall for 5 years. He was assigned a court date on December 28, 2021, and a bond of $50,000. Bahadur was charged with assault on a police officer for striking the officer in the back of the head, and criminal trespass for bringing a firearm into the Beechwood Place Mall. He was also assigned a court date on December 28, 2021, and a bond of $50,000. The 2 firearms that were seized from both males during this case were petitioned by a detective that each of them should be seized permanently, due to them being used in the commission of felony offenses. Shahid pled guilty and was sentenced to 4 days in Cuyahoga County Jail and was ordered to pay a fine of $100. He was also ordered to forfeit his handgun. Bahadur also pled guilty and was sentenced to 1 day in Cuyahoga County Jail. He too was ordered to forfeit his handgun.
Are you looking?
Malls, they don't even allow you to have guns like that, you know what I mean? Because all the stuff that be going on in the malls, man. But they ain't even get, they got. Well, that first guy, he got a felony, you know what I mean? That's you don't want one of those on your record, but the other guy, he pretty much got away, you know what I mean? Pretty much got away. It's cool. But the first one, they got that felony, man, and they both, like I said, both of them got their guns now, so y'all just, you know, y'all like her cold, nah, you know what I mean? Y'all like her dry, as they say, with beef. You shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? But if you were doing right with your gun license, you wouldn't have had those problems. You feel me? So, yeah. Now you gotta carry around a pocket knife or something. For real. Cause that's what I did before I got my license. I was carrying around a knife, man. Oh, well, stop playing on me, man. What? Alright. Then you know what I mean? Went on and got my license, and I've been cool ever since, you know. I've been cool ever since. You know, I ain't had no issues done like that for real. Well, I had to really, you know what I mean, use lethal force or anything like that. But it's been times where, like, I almost had to, you know what I mean? But once again, self-control. All that pulling it out and all that, nah, you don't gotta do all that. You warn them and then they you know what I mean? But, yeah, once again, y'all, video, pay attention. Know your rules and regulations in your city when you carry around a gun like that. Be safe out here and be smart. be aware of your surroundings when things are going on. And also, if you got beef with somebody, know your enemy. Study your enemy. So when anything pop off, you already 10 steps ahead of them. You already know how to move and you're already on it. You know what I mean? But in this case, it sounded like they could have talked about it. That's what it sounded like. They could have talked about it and been dead and would have did it. You know, been dead, it been over with. But you know how some people are, them egos and them prides. They don't want to talk about nothing. They want to just act like they some shooters or some stealthers, and really they ain't. This is just the music, the language we use in these days, in this day and time. It's so strong, and you know what I mean. That's how people do it. You know what I mean. Don't really be mean it. A lot of people don't really mean it. But nothing less, y'all. Appreciate y'all watching the video to the end. This has been another presentation of Dave's channel. 444. Peace.